So this is the self-development with tactics.
Bock.
So, hello and welcome back to the next episode of the Self-Development with Tactics podcast. And I hope that the audio is fine because I'm sitting in front of my closet and there is no video. Yeah, if you're on a YouTube video or on the YouTube channel, there is no video. This video is going to get probably zero amount of attention. Maybe in the future it's going to be, but I actually kind of think that if I'm able to concentrate on talking, then I'm also doing a way better part and at talking, yes. And it's also quite fun, sitting in the sun, talking about some things that I care about and think are important and interesting, and just, doing stuff. I think this is fucking amazing. So I just want to try it out. The first episode that I've been recording today was also like this, and it is also way faster, to be honest. I would actually like to be able to kind of have a camera there and talk into my microphone, and that's quite it. Because with the computer, it is like, it's working really fine, but it's something different. By the way, I don't actually have to. Wait a second. I'm actually such a dumbass. And I could actually close my computer. Because it's just, using a lot of fucking electricity. Why is there actually such a lot of animals in my room? I don't get it. Like some little bugs and some shit. Well, I don't know. I'm actually not having that much time left, so I'm also not gonna have it that of a long episode. But I'm just by the way. Oh my god. No, it's gonna be fine. So what am I gonna talk about today? It's so silent right now. You've probably also been able to hear that in the other recording, which is really dumb and not good. I don't like that. But the thing is, some question that I'm always asking every single episode is, what can you do? What can you say? What can you create? What can you build to really change somebody's life? And I think if you're just taking it literal and think about like changing one person's life, there's just going to be one person around you that you can just be nice towards. You can always be nice and you should always be nice. And by the way, I'm sorry for my stuffed nose. I don't actually know why. There is some shit going around in the world which makes my nose stuffy and fucked up and shitty, and I don't like it. But sometimes it is what it is, The thing is, there is always something that we all can do that is going to make somebody's day. And I like being nice. And I also do suggest being nice. I think that's a good thing. It's just an overall good idea and good thing. I do not want to necessarily say that it is always the best that you can be doing, at least not just being ultra super duper nice, because sometimes it's just not the most intelligent thing to do. And then it is like, I do actually want to be nice, but I see that it might not be the most smart thing to do, and that it might maybe just show somebody something which, in the end, it is about communicating things, and I might communicate some things that I do not really want to communicate, and this is my point. If you're being overly nice to everybody, then you're at some point in time going to communicate something that you're not willing to communicate. For example, like, attraction towards somebody else just because you're super duper nice. But the fact is, you're always, and towards everybody, super duper nice. So this is a strange thing and a little bit of a fucked up thing, and something to think about and keep in mind, especially as well. But yeah, just in general, it is a good idea. In general, it is a good thing. And in general, I just highly suggest everyone to be a nice person. It's good. It's great. It's amazing. And it is definitely something that we all should be focusing on, I guess. And yeah, just if you believe in karma, if you believe in something else, I do think that if you're always a nice person, then there is no way that a lot of negative things are going to happen towards you. Of course, there is going to be something, because, I don't know. It's just because you're nice to a person doesn't mean that that your grandma is not going to die. I don't know. I think there's no correlation. But of course, if you're nice to somebody else, then chances are way, way, way higher that this person is also going to be nice to you. On the other hand, if it really plays into vulnerability. And at this point in time, I am reading Too Old Soon, Too Late Smart by Dr. I unfortunately don't know, but it is an amazing book. It is a book about 30 things that he, as a psychiatrist, has kind of figured out by listening to his clients for I don't know how many years, but quite some time, and which is amazingly interesting. It really is. Some things are not really like that like striking, I think, or that amazing. But of course, there's quite a lot of things that I really believe in, and it doesn't always have to be like a new thought, but it is also nice if somebody is able to just formulate and put some things in words that you're thinking about. This is an amazing thing and an amazing reason actually why also to read things. Okay, you can actually also listen to things, like it's not that big of a deal. What's actually going on there? Getting a lot of fucking messages. It's amazing. I like it. I like communicating, and I think it is also very important, especially at these points of time. Anyway, the thing is vulnerability. This is what I wanted to talk about. Vulnerability and being vulnerable. Showing your emotions and saying the person that you really, really like, that you really, really like this person. And I think it is just an overall good idea, because, I don't know, ignoring this person is not going to be a good idea. Being an asshole to this person is also not going to be a good idea. But being nice and showing that you're nice and showing that you're actually interested in this person and that you might even love this person, I think is a good idea. Of course, it is not always going to be safe. And this, by the way, is also something that he is talking about in the book. Always living a safe life is not going to lead to a lot of happiness, because there is then just, I don't know, like we need to fail. And this is also something that he's talking about. Like sometimes we're just going to fail, and you're never ever going to be just achieving anything if you're not failing and if you're not trying it. And trying involves failing or winning, and you're either going to fail or you're either going to win. Of course, you can have perspective and view failures as just something good or something better or something. And of course, every win can also just mean something negative. But in the end, vulnerability and communicating the things that you maybe even should communicate. I mean, of course, maybe this person that you really, really like, maybe just he or she also likes you just quite a lot. And if you don't communicate, and I think this is something that, like, I don't know, everybody should think about, because we all don't communicate everything. Of course, I know, but I also just don't want you to. I also don't want you to communicate like everything, every single fucking emotion you might be having. I don't know. It would also not be, I think, that necessary if we put it in words. And it is quite of a strange thing, by the way, because I'm sitting in front of my window and in the sun basically, and there's people outside there and they're just staring at me and I'm staring at them. Yeah. Anyway, thing is, it's gonna be a hard time cutting this out, because I need to cut out something. If I haven't, well, yeah, it's also not that big of a deal. But I hope that I'm gonna remind myself of the fact that I should be doing this. Anyway, tell this person that you really like him or her. It might be a good idea. It might, of course, like, just don't be like, I love you to the end of the world. Like, I don't know if this is kind of the right thing to do. I do think, and I think it is also kind of the same thing with being nice. Being overly nice is also not always going to be a great idea, because, as I said, you're going to communicate things that you don't want to communicate. And I don't know, also, of course, like, you should be nice, but you should not be taken advantage of. This is, I don't know, like, nobody should take advantage of you. This has, I think, then nothing to do with being nice. Kind of, well, it kind of has, but it's difficult to say. It really indeed is difficult to say, and also difficult to navigate, to be honest there. But yeah, be vulnerable, tell your emotions, talk to people, and try to be there for people as well. I don't know, just ask them how they're doing. And if they're like, well, I'm doing fine, and you clearly notice they're not fine, be like, well, is it really the case? Like, I'm not asking just for the sake of asking. I'm asking because I want to know how you're feeling. Because, I'm such a person, I'm never going to tell you exactly how I'm feeling, because often I'm just not feeling that well. But I'm going to say like, yeah, everything's fine. On one hand, because I just do not want to get the attention of some sort of. On the other hand, it is like, I don't know, I'm having everything is fine, and I shouldn't be complaining about everything or anything. Of course, on some days I'm going to be a bit broken, on some days I'm going to be overtrained, on some days I'm just not going to feel as good, but in the end, everything is fine, and in the end, I should just be happy with what I'm having, and this is what I should be focusing on, and not like the bad things. This is also one reason. Maybe this is just also a reason for me to, I don't know, just not be communicating that. Maybe it's just like some sort of an excuse. This could definitely also be the case, like, I don't know. But I really do appreciate those people that are really, I do not necessarily want to be saying honest, but they are kind of honest with how they're feeling. And if you're asking them like, how are you doing? And they're like, well, yeah, it's fine. I really heavily appreciate that. I really do, because I don't know, like being so open and so vulnerable and so extroverted is, I think, just an amazing thing. Like it's good. It really is good. Yeah. Is there something else that I want to communicate? Is there something else that I want to say? And I think, by the way, that we all have to say something, and we all want to say something. Whether it is something pretty major, or whether it is something relatively small, like, yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. Life is good. Life is good in the end, and you should also make your life good. Don't fuck yourself. I know, of course, pain is a really important part of life, and you shouldn't always be having an easy day, and everything shouldn't be nice every single day. Like, this is also bullshit. Life would be just so boring and so uninteresting if everything would be nice, and if you would be able to get everything that you want to have. I don't know. In the end, it's nice, Especially, I mean, if you're living in a fucking first world country, like, what are you complaining about? I'm sitting here in front of my window. I can just record something. Afterwards, I'm going to eat something, and my fucking fridge is full of fucking food. And I'm also having other shit to do. I'm having friends around me. I'm having amazing people around me. I don't know, like, everything is fine. Everything is amazing. It's insane. There's nothing to really complain about that. This is something that we need to see, and we can see. But of course, on some days, there's a lot of clouds in front of the sun, and we're just not seeing things as they are, and we are like having weird and foggy goggles on, through which we are trying to see the reality, but we're not seeing or able to see the reality as it really is, but rather like how these glasses are presenting them, or how the clouds are just letting the sun through. Sometimes it's sometimes it's just not easy. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end the episode there. So wish you the best health, wealth, happiness, and also success, and also hope that you're gonna remind yourself and you're gonna be remembered, which basically means your legacy, and basically means just being a nice person, and then also being remembered as a nice person, which is a pretty cool thing. Yeah, 3 other questions that I have you are: why are you here? What are you trying to change? And what is bothering you the most? These 3 questions are hopefully going to show you your purpose, and maybe even a business idea, which is a fucking huge and important thing. On the other hand, another question that I have for you is: why, or what could you be doing? And what could you say? What could you do? What could you make to really change somebody's life? And yeah, with that being said, I'm hopefully going to see you the next time. Maybe you've actually enjoyed this episode, especially kind of asking towards the podcast listeners. Yeah, I wish you the best. I hope you're having a good time. Please stay healthy. Please stay generous. Please stay kind and nice, and a good person. And I'm hopefully going to see you the next time. So bye-bye.